What is going on, you guys? Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you guys can hear me good. Let's get a sound check going real quick. Make sure everybody can hear me. I got to talk today. All right, y'all can hear me? Y'all can hear me? Good. But what's going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, a.k.a. Philly Fresco, and it is Philly the podcast. Another episode of Philly's Morning Joe. If you can't tell, I just woke up. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I work nights. I just woke up, but we got a lot to talk about, man, today. We have a football game in 2 days. After a whole bunch of news coming out about this team, as far as injuries go, as far as who we could probably blame for last game, a lot of things that we have to talk about, but we have a game coming up, so that's probably going to be the main focus over the next couple of days, as it should be. Nick Sirianni, I feel like Nick Sirianni right now. When you saw him doing his press conference last night, it looked like he had no sleep. So as where I'm at right now, it feels like this whole team is upset, and they should be. At the end of the day, they should be. That wasn't a beautiful game one, right? And nobody in the NFL really had a beautiful game one. But at the end of the day, we want something better, right? As Eagles fans, we want something better. So that's what that's what we're hoping that we'll get. But shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I think we got 12 people in here. We got 18 people in here. So shout out to the 18 people. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe. Nina was the first one in here. What's going on, Nina? Got my girl in here, Amanda. What's going on? BMO, what's going on? Mark in the building. We got Berto, we got Dante, we got Mark. He said play calling was cheeks. It was. I mean, look, and it's hard because are you still getting used to each other, right? You have a whole new defensive coordinator. You have a whole new set of defensive players in key positions, right? You look at the linebackers. You have a Nakobe Dean who is taking over the green dot. So it's like, is the communication what was lacking, right? Was it communication cheeks, or was it just the play calling? Were people out of position? Because that's what it looked like, to be honest with you. It looked like a lot of miscommunication. It looked like a lot of people out of position. I don't think that they dropped the all 22 just yet, but it should be out today at some time if it's not already out. So we'll see what happens. I'm definitely going to check it out. I'm definitely going to watch it. There's a lot of things to really digest from this game, to be honest with you, because if you look at it, right, and we're going to talk about this, but the veterans were kind of the ones that kind of messed this up. I'm going to be 100% honest. When you just look at the numbers, again, I want to look at the actual film so I can kind of break it down, see why it happened, because it could be, a rookie over here made a mistake here, so it made this guy look bad. Because off the top, we talked about this right after the game, but the Bradbury touchdown, that's going to get blamed on Bradbury, but it was because Justin Evans was out of position, right? So I don't know if it was play calling that was cheeks, or if it was just this communication, the people that were out there trying to play, they were cheeks. They might have been cheeks. So we're going to figure it out, though, man. Once I get that film in my hands, I'm definitely going to try and break it down, try and figure it out. Shout out to Uncle B. I like that name. We got Dana in the building. What's going on? We got Bird Gang in the building. PJ, what's going on, PJ? Let me get these guys some moderators. If y'all new to the chat, man, if y'all say anything nice about the Eagles, you getting a moderation. You know what I'm saying? You getting one of those wrenches. If you say anything bad about the Eagles, you might get kicked out. I ain't gonna lie. I can't handle what my chat does. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not God. I can't handle what they do. But the first thing I want to talk about today is going to be the injuries, man. We get a little bit of we get some updates. We get some updates about what's going on with this injury report. And as you can see, not looking good at all. I'm trying to laugh through the pain, if you guys can't tell. I'm trying to, this is just not good. You have Reed now, just for reiteration and for those who maybe not know, and clarification for those who maybe don't know, this was just a walkthrough. So this wasn't a full practice. So this is kind of a guesstimation of who would have and who would have not practiced. So we had a couple guys out, man. Reed Blankenship, he had a rib injury. He did not practice. Again, it was a walkthrough, so this is a estimation. I'm hoping that he's fine. I'm hoping this isn't something that lingers. Again, you only have 2 more days, so maybe it was just one of those, let's be extra careful, extra cautious. I wouldn't be mad at that. James Bradberry, he is in concussion protocol. James Bradberry is in concussion protocol, which means it's going to be very unlikely that he's playing Thursday. For him to clear concussion protocol by Thursday, it would take some sort of miracle or some sort of bribes. It's going to take something for James Bradberry to actually play Thursday. So we're looking at a second-year player, Josh Jobe. Now, I hope that Eli Ricks is active. I really do. I hope that they activate him because, I mean, other people are probably going to want Rashad Penny activated, which I'm not mad at either of them. But I would love to see Eli Ricks maybe get some burn, maybe even on special teams. Our special teams unit looked a lot better. I will say that. Aaron Sippis was in the top half of the league as far as punting went last week, as far as his grade went. So that's a positive, right? That's a good thing. That's something that we wanted to see. But I'm hoping Eli Ricks maybe gets an activation. Let him do something. I think that kid is nasty, bro. I would love to see him get some snaps. Fletcher Cox, he got an MRI. I haven't seen anything beyond that. I haven't seen anybody saying, anything one way or the other about Fletch. But his was another rib injury. It seems like all these boys had rib injuries. And then you had Nakobe Dean, who we all know will probably miss 2 to 3 weeks with that foot injury. He is in a boot. Didn't really hear what it was, though. I haven't heard what exactly it was. If you guys know, definitely let me know in the comments. And then Kenny G, man, this scares me. I'm going to be 100% honest. We all know that a lot of people, were doubting Kenneth Gainwell on how he can stay healthy, if he could stay healthy. This is not what you want to see. This is definitely not what you want to see this early in his career, this early in his starting career, especially because we're giving him the bulk of the carries. And I don't know if that was their plan. Right? I don't know if that was their plan to say, hey, let's go ahead and get Kenny Gainwell as many snaps as we can, see if he can handle it, see if he can really go out there and ball out. I think he did all right? I don't think he was terrible, but I don't think that this is good to see him, already hurt. We'll see what happens. Maybe it's just a little banged up. They're being a little bit cautious, but this is definitely a name I did not want to see on the injury list so quick, right? Who we got in here? We got Troy. Troy said we need Brown starting at safety, bro. Yeah, we need something because whatever is happening with Justin Evans, I did not like it. Again, I want to watch that film because I might be unfairly bashing him. Maybe, things, I don't know. But it did not look good for him. Berto said trade for Buddha. That's where I'm at right now. I'm going to be honest with you. I think that we should trade for a linebacker. I mean, I know we all want a safety. I know Justin Evans, I'm sitting here telling you he's not the greatest, but I can live with this safety room. I think that if Sidney Brown goes in there, if you maybe start getting some reps from Terrell Edmonds, I don't know why Justin Evans is your starter. Maybe he did really impress, and maybe last week again was just him getting comfortable in the defense, getting comfortable with his players because, he beat them out. He beat those other guys out. So we'll see what happens there. I really don't know what the scenario is. I don't know what the mindset is when it comes to him. So we'll see, but I think we should go for a linebacker. I think you go out there, get a decent linebacker, and go get Jonathan Taylor, man. Jonathan Taylor is going to be ready to play by week 4. Make it happen. We got 2 second-round picks next year. This year coming up. We don't need all of them. We need a Super Bowl this year. If I told you, listen, we don't have a second round, we don't have one of our second-round picks next year, but we got a Super Bowl, I think you guys will be okay with that. I don't think that you guys will be that that upset about that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you guys like draft picks more than the Super Bowl, but I got to go to the draft, and trust me, if I didn't get to report on a second day draft pick because I was talking about the Super Bowl, I'd be okay with that. I would be okay with that. He said, don't be fooled by Sippis. He always starts the year looking good. I'm going to be fooled. All right, Sippis got me fooled. That's my dog. I'm hoping for the best with him. I really am, because punter is such a it's either you got a great one or you got a middle of the road at best one. You know what I'm saying? There's not really like those high end punters, especially on the open market. So, I mean, anybody that you get, you're taking a risk, to be honest with you. Parlay when PJ says the Vikings going through some ish right now, even with the injuries, y'all still good. Maybe. I mean, you know, it's funny. I know a lot of Buccaneers fans. Obviously, I live in Tampa, so I've talked to a lot of Buccaneers fans. And they're like, you know, if we could beat them, you guys could definitely beat them. And I hate that. I hate that mentality because it's true. Don't get me wrong. If the Buccaneers beat them, we should be able to go out there and dominate them. But they probably pissed off, man. They probably pissed off. Justin Jefferson probably mad as hell. Maybe he shot all his bullets last in the first half, right? He had over 150, I think, against them in the first half. Maybe he's a little bit worn out now going against the Eagles. But, bruh, if, you know, I don't know. We'll see what happens. If Kirk Cousins doesn't play like an idiot, this is prime time, right? So we all know that Kirk Cousins, you know, myth that he can't play in prime time. So hopefully that keeps going. What they going through, O-line problems. Troy, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah. I feel like the offensive line, especially the veterans, just didn't do their job. As you see in the thumbnail, Jordan Mailata and Lane Johnson, they were a big problem in this game, which we'll get to. Fletcher and Kenny, I don't know how to feel. I want to see more of the backups, honestly. Yeah, with Fletcher, I mean, you never want to see anybody get hurt, right? I definitely don't want to see Fletcher get hurt. But Jalen Carter's ready, bro. Jalen Carter's ready. What? I think it's 8 pressures he got in his first game, and that's a record. That's a record for rookies. So, you know, he's a beast, bro. I'm so excited to see what he's going to be able to do. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. 33 people already in the chat. We're going to make this about y'all. We're going to make today about y'all. Tomorrow we'll go back to all the, you know, graphics and all the cuteness. But today we talking, bro. We talking. I want to talk to y'all. So we're going to do this. Marquette King is still out there. He's a phenomenal punter. Yeah, but he's a YouTuber. Marquette King, I don't think he really wants to play anymore. He might. I mean, he might. Go get destroying, right? If we go get a YouTuber, let's go get destroying too. I mean, but I would love Marquette King. I think he was unfairly taken out of this league, if I'm being honest. Nina says, I need to see play calling better on offense this week. It was so vanilla last week. Yeah, it was. And we didn't run the ball. Like, why are we not running the ball? That is our identity. The Eagles last year were a running team, right? That's what we were great at. Dana said, when y'all get a chance, please check out Kelsey on Amazon Prime. Yeah, it came out. When did it come out? Yesterday or today? Because I'm definitely going to watch that. What's going on, GTFO? What up, Joe? It's been a minute. Glad I made the stream. Glad you here. Glad you here. PJ says, Kirk stink. He definitely does. Carlos, what's going on, brother? What's going on? Dante says, is it too early for the fire? Sean Desai was not impressed. Nah, I think it is too early, Dante. I think it's way too early. I think you have to get these guys on the same page. And that's really, like I said, I'm going to keep saying this because I want to see it. I want to see that film first, but it just felt like there was a whole lot of miscommunication. So that's where I'm at right now. That's what I'm going to blame it on. And I'm going to, you know, until I see differently, that's what I'm going to blame it on. But I think people just didn't know what their job was. And that makes sense. I'm not going to lie. It does make sense because it's such a new team. There's, like I said, when the Kobe Dean now calling everything, that's tough, you know. And then this week you're going to have a different guy calling everything because Nakobe's not going to be out there on defense. I mean, that's tough, man. That's tough to deal with. Do you think that the vanilla game plan was by design because we know we have a game on Thursday against a better team, so they have a shitty tape to try? I was about to bleep out tape. I meant to bleep out shitty, but whatever. To try and watch to give us the competitive edge. I was thinking that, to be 100% honest. I was thinking that. I was like, you know, were they just kind of overlooking the you know, Patriots a little bit? It might be. I feel like we always start off slow for some reason. I don't know why, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like it one little bit. I do not. What's going on, Twist? What's going on, brother? What's going on, Willie? What's going on? Dana says, hit that like button. You're here. Hit the button. Yeah, I mean, you ain't never lie. You ain't never lie. You ain't never lie. How many likes we got, man? How many likes we got? I can't believe we're already 20 minutes into this, man. Go quick. We got 20 likes. Let's get those likes up. We get those likes up. It hit at midnight and I was awake. I definitely got to see that. Too early for a fire decide chance, but the chance may come for Johnson soon. Yeah, Brian Johnson didn't look that great. Brian Johnson definitely didn't look that great. They played a vanilla, dull, ishy game. Play calling, ishy execution, and still got the dub. That is a beautiful thing. If we look like this by week 3 or 4, then we should be worried. I agree, Berto. I agree. All right, we're going to get into a couple more things I wanted to talk about. So I was talking about Lane Johnson. I was talking about Jordan Mailata. Obviously, they are the cover, the cover athletes in a bad way, I guess. But it's time to bring these boys back to school. I don't know what happened. Again, it might be miscommunication. It might be a whole lot of things, but I was very, very disappointed. I was very, very upset, man. It's not what you want to see at all, man. Jordan Mailata and Lane Johnson are our stalwarts. Obviously, they are bookends, and you want to see them go out there and you want to see them ball every single game. This game, they definitely did not. They definitely did not. Lane Johnson giving up 6 pressures. Mailata giving up 4 pressures. That's 10 combined pressures. That's per PFF and per Elliott Short Park. So it's like, kind of a mishmash of pers. But, look, that's not what you want to see, man. That is not what you want to see. Like I said, seeing Rome up in the building. Rome in the building. Oh, God. I didn't see you. So trust me, I did not ignore you. But what's going on, Rome? Shout out to the Cowboys. Y'all went out there and y'all busted butt, man. There's a lot of Giants fans that went in hiding, man. There's a lot of witness protection just got a little bit bigger, if you know what I mean. But back to the Eagles, back to the guys that actually matter. You know what I'm saying? Because the Cowboys are so hype about beating the Giants 40-0, but when we beat them in the playoffs, it was, you beat the Giants, you beat Daniel Jones. So I really don't care. But at the end of the day, I need to see Lane and I need to see Jordan get back to who they are. And this is not who they are. Giving up this many total pressures. Obviously, Lane Johnson hasn't given up a touchdown in a sack in how long? So this is definitely not who I expect them to be, and I expect this to change, man. I'm going to keep a very, very close eye on them. And this goes back to a lot of people online, okay? I know I'm getting a little bit annoyed by Twitter as of late, but I'm going to go back to Twitter real quick. Twitter, they're talking about how Jalen Hurts had 8 seconds in the pocket. Jalen Hurts had all this time, couldn't find nobody. Jalen Hurts was running for his life all game. All game he was running for his life. It was ridiculous. So, and I was blaming the interior offensive line, which again, it might have been on them. I did see Cam Jurgens getting beat up. So, it might be a lot on them, but Lane and Jordan definitely did not help. And that has to get better, man, because if that does not get better, I do not know what's going to happen with this team moving forward. Our offensive line is our team. Our offensive line is our offense, right? Our defensive line is our defense. So, at the end of the day, if this doesn't improve and this doesn't improve drastically, we'll go back to the other graphic. They're going to have to go back to school, right? They're going to have to go back to school. If this does not change drastically, they are going to have to go back to school. But luckily, the Eagles have probably the best offensive line coach in the game. So, that's what's going to happen. Lane looks so slow out there, unlike him, out of character. I don't know what it was. I'm hoping he's not hurt. I'm hoping something's not going on. Age is catching up to Lane Johnson, but Jordan Mailata is a young spring chicken. You're supposed to get better with age, so he needs to get it together. That's all I know. Did Rome hit the like button? That's a good question. He probably did. That's my dog. I ain't gonna lie. He's annoying, but that's my dog. He a little annoying, but that's my dog. That Cowboy game didn't show me anything about the Cowboys. It showed me about the Giants. Giants O-line sucked tremendously along with Daniel Jones. I'll say this much. If I'm being 100% honest, right? Because I'm not going to be 100% honest on Saturday for Best of Enemy, so I'm going to do it now. If I'm being, and if, James is watching it, I'm sure Rome is going to clip it. But if I'm being real, that Dallas team is nice, bro. That Dallas, especially that defense. That Dallas defense ain't no joke. I wish that they were playing the Aaron Rodgers-led Jets, but it is what it is. They're going to play a really good defense next week, so that's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be a battle of the trenches, just dogs. Micah Parsons, we all know what he is. That secondary looked really good. Their linebackers looked really good. They're well coached. It's going to be really, really hard, man. It's going to be really, really, really hard to beat that defense. We're going to see what happens But they look good. That offense, they did what they had to do. You know what I'm saying? That's really all they had to do. They did what they had to do. I wasn't really that impressed with Dak Prescott. Everybody gonna be like, oh, Dak did this. Dak outscored. Dak ain't do shit, really. Dak ain't even have a touchdown. I mean, the running game was really good, right? And when our running game's really good, they tell us that we don't trust our quarterback. So seems like y'all don't trust y'all quarterback. But Chocolate Rain Prescott didn't even have a touchdown. So I'm really not that worried about him. But that defense is something to worry about. That's something to worry about. I will say that. Dante says, should we have started our starters in preseason or at least a quarter? It's hard to say, because if we did and then somebody got hurt, we would be sitting here saying, what the hell is his problem? What were you thinking? We would be mad. It's the truth. And I'm racking my brain on that, because I see that a lot, that we were a little bit out of sync. And even Nick Sirianni said he's going to rethink how he does the preseason with the starters and everything. It's you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. If something happens to one of your players and you started them, you're going to be the scapegoat, right? You're going to be the guy that everybody blames. If you don't play them and, this happens, you're going to be the scapegoat, right? You're going to be the one that everybody blames. So you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. If I'm being 100% honest, don't even change it. Don't change it. Just try and make it more of a simulation of game time and practices, and in those joint practices. I mean, because I don't want to see people getting hurt. We've been so lucky coming into the season the past couple years under Nick Sirianni of injuries not really happening, and it has a lot to do with him not really starting them. So while part of me is like, you probably can knock off some of these rusts if you start them during the preseason, a big part of me is like, it's not even worth it. I don't want to see people getting hurt early. I don't want to see people getting hurt before the season even starts, which we've seen. We've seen that. So I'm on the fence about it, but I probably would just keep going with it. I would probably just keep going with it. Lane completely whiffed on his assignment when he gave up his first sack. Mark, it was bad. I really don't know. I'm hoping Lane's all right. I'm hoping that the Patriots just have a really good defense, which it looked like they did. They have a fast, strong defense and a well-coached defense, so that you cannot take anything away from the Patriots. And I'm not sitting here giving excuses saying, the Patriots are going to the Super Bowl, that's why we barely beat. It's not that, but they are a decent team, and they came in and they punched us in the mouth. That's really what it came down to. They punched us in the mouth, but we were able to go back to our corner, recollect ourselves, right? Talk to our trainer. We talked to Customato. He said, you good, dog. Go out there and hit him in the face, and that's what we did. So we went out there and we got our dub. That's really all that matters. Once Dallas plays a team, they're going to come back to reality. Hey, man, I don't mind y'all talking junk about Dallas. I really don't care. Dallas fans be talking all that junk. They're so hype about that win. And good for them, but shut up. I bet you any money, when we play the Giants, it's going to be, that's Daniel Jones. That's Daniel Jones. That's Daniel Jones. Shut up. Daniel Jones went further in the playoffs than y'all did, didn't he? I'm just saying. He ain't have to fight for a contract like Dak did he? I don't think he did. I do not think he did. So it is what it is. It is what it is. And then another thing, I know y'all said y'all wanted to talk junk about the Cowboys anyways in the comments the other day. So if y'all want to do, we could do this. I got one last thing to say. I'm tired of social media. Emmanuel Acho, if you watching this, I doubt you are, but if you watching this, right, with your sweatpants wearing ass, if you watching this, stop doing all that fake justifying. Stop doing all that, Cowboys fans, I'm going to say it for you. If Dak didn't do it. Shut the hell up, because you part of the national media. How is national media complaining about what national media talks about? Like, that's the dumbest stuff ever. I'm so tired of this victim mentality when it comes to Dak Prescott. Every quarterback gets talked about. I don't even watch TV that much, to be honest. I don't really even watch TV. But if y'all hate what they say so much, why do you watch it so much? That's my thing. The only people that watch TV at this point are Cowboys fans looking for people to talk junk about them so they can go online and say, why are they so mean to my quarterback? My quarterback. Shut up. That junk is so annoying, bro. See, look at it, Cowboys fan. He's the most hated. I don't even give a damn about. I don't like the Cowboys. I do not like the Cowboys. Dak Prescott is one of the most overrated. If you want to say over something, he's the most overrated. That boy it's annoying, bro. It's so annoying. All right, let's get back to the film. I'm sorry. Oh, you just unplugged mine. Dante says, I think the Patriots D is a lot better than I expected. That's how I feel. I think are you surprised that Eli Ricks didn't play? I am. I'm kind of surprised. I'm surprised in the sense that once, there was an injury that Josh Jobe went in. I think Josh Jobe did well, and Josh Jobe is a physical guy. Don't get me wrong. Liked him coming out of college. I was a big fan of him. But I was kind of surprised that he was the guy that they went right to. I thought Eli Ricks kind of deserves a little bit I think he deserves that, man. I really do. I think you just want something to say for Nick to say, in my opinion. Nick, I think that was just something for Nick to say, in my opinion. What do you mean, Dana? What do you mean? Mike McCarthy said the offense will be more of a running offense. That's why Dak doesn't have to do a lot. That sounds like they don't trust him, right? Hold on. We can't do this. We ain't gonna do this. Hey, hey. Let me ask you something, Rome. I hope you still in here, Rome. You my dog. You my boy. I want to ask you, did y'all not say with the Eagles running the ball so much that we did not trust Jalen Hurts? Is that not what y'all said? I just want to clarify that for my sanity. Hurts don't need a line. Dak line was horrible last year. Oh, God, here we go. Everybody on that team was trash. Everybody on the Cowboys was trash except for Dak. That's what I'm hearing. Everybody was garbage. You had Mike McCarthy at center. No, you had Zeke at center. That's all y'all. That's y'all fault. All right, but anyways, we're going to get back to that. Nina Austin said, Carter is a masterpiece. Thank you to everyone who passed on him. Bro, oh, my God. Jalen Carter is a guy, man. Jalen Carter is going to be a GOAT. He never said that. That's all oh, God. Anyways, that's why you can't have conversations with Dallas Cowboys fans. I'm sorry. But anyways, but Jalen Carter, man. Jalen Carter is something different. And I'm not going to lie. When I saw his tape and everybody was telling me that the Eagles wanted him, I was trying to talk myself out of him because I really did not think he was going to get to the Eagles. And then when I was at the draft and people were coming up to me like, it's about to happen, Joe. It's about to happen. We're getting told it's going to happen. I was about to cry. I could not believe it. And then when we got Nolan Smith, I did cry. I teared up. You guys, my girl. I was in the car saying, I can't believe this. I ain't like boo-hoo cry, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a man at the end of the day. But like, you know what I'm saying? I definitely was. I was tearing up, bro. That is just awesome. And then you get to the second day, Kaylee Ringo, even though he's not necessarily been what you want. This was an amazing draft. Jalen Carter is a guy that I really, really think can be generational. And maybe that's too early to say, but I really think he could be a generational player. You see what he did in his first game. And I know that was honestly against backups. I think they were both rookies, the guards. But I don't care. Let's get it. Can we wait until Sunday for this Eagles-Cowboys trash talk? We play Thursday, so we're going to do it Saturday, Carlos. You know how we get down. Best of enemies back on Saturday. We're going to do it Saturday. I'm talking bad junk. I don't care. I'm coming in hot because James has been talking junk all week to me. I am coming in hot. I promise you that. Shout out to everybody talking about hot. Shout out to the 40 people in the chat. Y'all came in hot today. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, man. And I want to ask you guys a question or ask you guys a favor realistically. I've been meaning to do this and I keep on forgetting. I joined a new app called PSF, Pro Sports Fans. I'll be doing, I don't know if you guys know the guy on Twitter. His name's Sideline Sports or Sideline Eagles. He does really good work on Twitter. Me and him are going to be doing a weekly show over on Pro Sports Fans. It's an app. The link should be in the description. If it's not, let me know. But definitely, if you have Apple, I think that it's going to be available for Android today, or if not tomorrow. If you have Apple or Android, go check it out. Go join. We talk Eagles 24/7, like literally. Last night at like 1 o'clock, we were all talking. We go live. We randomly go live. We go live for the games. It's almost like Bleacher Report, right? So you have like the live stats. You have the stat tracker. You have the game tracker, everything. And then you have us talking. We're going to be having people come up. We're going to be doing a lot of really cool things. I wanted to get this out. I've been meaning to tell you guys about this. I'm really, really excited about this. Obviously, it doesn't look like I'm not excited, right? Because I just haven't said anything. But I am very excited about this. And some guys I've already joined. You know, Smitty, I think he's in the chat. He's already in there. He can attest to how fun it is. It's a really, really cool app. I would love for you guys to join. So definitely go check that out if you guys got the time. But back to the regular scheduled program. Back to y'all talking junk in them comments. I love this, man. I love this. This is probably what we're going to do like Tuesdays. Tomorrow is a little different because we got the game Thursday, so I'll probably talk a little bit more about the game. But usually, Tuesday, Wednesdays, we're going to usually just talk. You know what I'm saying? Have a conversation. Because I don't want to just bring up a bunch of random topics that you guys might not be interested in, right? So, but let's talk. Dana says the coach addressing preseason. Oh, yeah, facts. True. I mean, it could be just something he's saying just to shut us up. You're right. I never said I read that. Okay, but the Eagles' offense is a running offense, and it's the same with Hurts, and y'all would talk mad trash about him, his passing numbers, but now it's Dak. You say it's all good. Oh, I guess I found the comment I'm going to pin. I found the comment that's going to get pinned. GTFO. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never lied, dog. You ain't never lied. Joe, how you feeling about Dean? He can't stay healthy. It's nerve-wracking, man. It really is nerve-wracking. I don't know how to feel. How am I supposed to feel? Am I supposed to sit here and give up on him? And I said this the other day. It's like if he plays the rest of the season, right? If he misses 3 games, plays the rest of the seasons, however many games that is, do I still feel comfortable with him? Not really. I don't know. At any given time, he can get hurt, man. And you can say that about anybody, right? You can say that about any player. At any time, any given time, you never know what's going to happen in the NFL. But, I don't know. It gets me nervous. It really does get me nervous about him. And I'm going to be honest, I didn't really think he played all that great. Even when he was out there, he looked a little slow. I don't know. I got to watch that film. I'm going to keep saying that because I don't want to jump off a ledge with any statement at this point. But I got to watch because it definitely got me worried. He definitely got me worried. You going to claim every Eagles fan comments? He said you're going to claim every Eagles fan's comments because I've seen Eagles fans clowning Dak's injury and other personal issues. That's a totally different subject. That's going with. See, that's like reaching for straws, bro. You really reaching there. I'm talking football. I ain't talking about nobody making fun of his personal life. I ain't talking about none of that. I'm talking about football. All right, do you claim what James says? Because James said, Big Game James. Go call James. I don't know if he's even up right now. But Big Game, we going to bring this up Sunday. Because Big Game James, my dog, love him to death. I'm going to say, you know what I'm saying? I ain't talking shit. But he said that we didn't trust our quarterback because we ran the ball the most. I can't talk today, obviously. Okay, who have you seen talk about Dak's personal issues? Oh, there's definitely people out there. There's definitely people there. Look, I love Philadelphia and I love Philly fans, but we got some pieces of work, right? One of them's Dan Sileo, but I digress. Joe, from what I've seen on Sunday, from which I showed, y'all missing the OC and DC and those 6 starters from last year. I agree. I disagree wholeheartedly, to be 100% with you. I disagree wholeheartedly. It's one game. You know what I'm saying? It's literally one game. I think people are getting a little bit too overly nervous about this one, or overly analytic about this one game. And I'm sitting here telling you about things that I'm worried about, but I think all this stuff is correctable. Last year, people were looking at us like, y'all don't look that good. Devontae Smith didn't even get a catch. What's going on? And I think y'all all know how that season ended. Not the way we wanted it to, but it ended decently, right? It ended decently for us. Well, not to give y'all any hopes, but you know how Kirk is in primetime games. Yeah. And that's going to be the excuse. That's what we're going to get. That's the funniest part. And I'm not saying that you're saying that like that, Carlos, but that's what's going to happen. I can almost guarantee you, as soon as we beat them, right, it's going to be, Kirk Cousins doesn't play good in prime time. But y'all beat Daniel Jones, so, crown him now. Crown these guys now. Shout out to Washington, too. Washington ain't talking all this mess. They went out there and had a hard-fought game against a terrible team, but they had a hard-fought game and won, Sam Howell looked like a backup, but, he's a starter. It's good, but they got a quarterback. That's good for them. Look at them. They ain't talking all that junk, and Giants fans are just in hiding. I feel bad for them. Dang says it's a passing offense. Vikings O-line is trash. defense is lacking. That defense is definitely lacking. That interior pass rush looks like it could do some work. Yeah, it should be able to. It should be able to. Eagles fans real, Cowgirls fans are delusional. Martin says we need to relax, guys. I'm relaxed. I'm chilling. I got a kimono on, dog. I'm chilling. That's where my most hated stuff comes from with me. Now y'all trust Hurts, no question. His contract says that. I respect that. I respect that. Rome, my dog. You know you my dog, Rome. But you be coming in here trying to get me mad. I know you. Man leads the league in interceptions. Can't even blame them for not trusting him. It's going to be, not to talk junk, all right, and then I'm going to get off of the Cowboys for real. I said this last year, that I thought that last year was going to be his last year with the Cowboys. This year, I think, I'm not saying it's going to be his last year, but if the sun don't shake, I think that team's going to look a lot different come next year, because I think Mike McCarthy is definitely, probably unjustly, but he's probably on the hot seat. They probably looking at him like, if you don't get past, second round, or if we don't get to the NFC Championship, I don't know what they're going to do with that team, if I'm being 100% honest. So, and that's not even hate. That's just really me, that's just really me being like, reading the situation. It took you how long to give him a contract? If he doesn't win, what are you going to keep on giving him contracts for? So we'll see what happens. All right, where were we? Thursday will be a murder scene. I surely hope so. This offense will be explosive from now on. Watch. I think so as well. I think they got all the bugs out. Doffy, what's going on, Joe? I don't care if it's game one, bro. Our quarterback play ishy. Head coach is lost. Coordinators are rookies. Nobody is scared of the Eagles. That's the problem. Well, I guess we got to change that, right, Doffy? You're not wrong. That first game was not good. I wouldn't go as far as saying, City and they're lost and they trash, but it wasn't good. It wasn't good. And based off that one game, why would anybody be scared of us, right? But now it's time to change that. The good thing about football is that it's a long season. And the good thing about the NFL, right? The difference between the NFL and colleges is that in college, you have one bad game, it could derail your season. In the NFL, you can have a bad game and it can make you better throughout the year. You still have a shot. Nothing's over in the first week. Nothing's determined in the first week other than, unfortunately, injuries, which I saw people wanted to talk about Aaron Rodgers. I'll leave it like this, man. I feel horrible for the Jets team, Jets fans, Aaron Rodgers. Regardless of what Aaron Rodgers is off the field, if you love him, if you hate him, I know he's a very polarizing player, but that is just horrible, especially on that night. My nephew's a Jets fan, and I know what it's like, bro. We are, as Eagles fans, we know what it's like to go through a decade or so of just being bad and then finally having some hope and then having that hope shattered, right? We know what that's like. So, I feel for them. I really do feel for them. All trash talk aside, I really do feel for them. I pray that he's able to play football again. But honestly, he might not even want to. He's owed $70 million, $70 or $75 million if he touches the field or not. So that's the highest paid for 5 minutes of work ever. God bless him, man. But I hope he does. I hope he comes back. I really do. And hopefully he comes back stronger. And hopefully Zach Wilson isn't trash next week, because the Cowboys just got a lucky break. Daniel, what's going on, brother? What's going on? Long time no see. What's up, Joe? I'd like to see more Goddard, Carter, and Swift. Glad you're back, man. I appreciate you. I'm glad to be back as well. I'm very glad to be back, man. It's good to see all y'all. I want to see some Swift. I want to see Swift swiftly getting some touches, because it's true. I don't understand. It felt like Boston Scott got more touches. It felt like, Kenny Gainwell was the lead dog, which nobody really thought that was going to. I don't think anybody thought. If I told you Kenneth Gainwell was the only one with over 10 touches, I don't think you would believe me. I think you'd be like, nah, I think they're going to, spread it out, blah, blah, blah. I didn't like that at all. I really did not like that game plan. And it's not like we were behind. It's not like we were playing catch up. We were ahead the whole game. We had a lead the whole game. So I don't really understand why at some point you don't just say, let's slow this down, let's run the ball. Funny enough, we played Vikings game 2 last year and smashed them. Yeah, we did. So, yeah. And I think it was a primetime game, too. Wasn't last year a primetime game as well, if I'm not mistaken? Because none of them teams have Micah and we do. Yeah, I like Micah. I like Micah. That's the only dude on your team I like. That's the only team. If there was anybody I had to take from every, and you guys let me know in the comments. This might be a little bit fun. All right. If you had to take one player from each team in our division, who would it be? I would probably say Micah from the Cowboys, right? Especially how our linebackers are looking now. I would love to have Micah Parsons at our linebackers. Micah from the Cowboys. And then it gets kind of hard. From the Giants, I'd probably take maybe one of their corners. I mean, I like our corners, but I like Deonte Banks. I know he's young. Maybe one of their safeties. Who are their safeties? Who don't they have Julian Love? What's his name? Is that his name, Julian Love? Let me look it up because I think that's his name, right? Oh, he went to the Seattle Seahawks. Damn, they let him go? So I want to take their safeties. I don't know if I want anybody from the Giants, to be honest. Maybe Barkley, I guess. Saquon Barkley from the Giants. And then from Washington, I don't know. I already took a linebacker, or else I'd maybe take one of their linebackers because they got some good linebackers. They got some good defensive linemen. I mean, even though we have wide receivers, I guess you put Scary Terry at number 2. You know, he's like your number 2, number 3 wide receiver. That would just make our offense even more unstoppable. Cilio isn't an Eagles fan. He's a fan of the Eagles fans. He's a weird dude, man. He said that. I don't care. It is what it is. We just on one today, I guess. So we just going to keep it going. But he said last night that Jalen Hurts is a wildcat quarterback, that the Eagles missed on another quarterback. He's a weird dude. I'm not going to say what I said on Twitter, but if y'all want to go on Twitter, me and him had a conversation. That's all I'm going to say. Me and Dan Cilio had a little bit of a conversation on Twitter. Go check my Twitter out. You can go see it. That's all I'm going to say. At PhillyTP. He's a bum. I don't like Dan Cilio. And I'm going to say this too. Dan Cilio's boss last year tried to get me to do a show with him. So that shows you the mentality that they have. And they try to have me do a show with him because I called him out on why he got fired from a bunch of jobs. He just wants the drama. That's all he wants. Excuse me. All right, where we at? I got Carter getting 3 sacks this Thursday. That would be beautiful. Imagine he does. He already has 1. I think he's getting 10 plus this year easily. I don't know where they're going to come from, but I think he's getting 10 plus this year. He's a dog, man. He's a dog. And I want to see Nolan Smith get some snaps. No idea why Nolan Smith wasn't out there. You are not utilizing your first round pick. You stood at number 30 to take him. He could have turned into multiple draft picks. Realistically, that's how I look at it. If you're not going to use him, why the hell did you stay at number 30? But I think this game you'll see him used. I think that maybe he's just a little bit more bruised up than people gave it credit for. Dante said, I came out of this game a lot more excited than worried about our D-line. Yeah, definitely. It's going to be great. I hope we open up our offense. No targets to Goddard can't happen. Facts. And if you look at last year, right, we had a similar situation with Devontae Smith where Devontae Smith didn't get a target. Devontae Smith didn't get one single target in the first game. All right, he didn't get a catch. I think he was targeted, but he didn't get a catch. So Dallas Goedert got 1 target. He didn't get 1 catch. So it could be a similar type of situation where, you know, now they're going to be really feeding him. But I said it prior to the game. I said it in the Best of Enemies. I really thought that they were going to try and feed Devontae Smith because of last year, and it looked like that's what they did. But then A.J. Brown just said, nah, I'm here too, dog. Like, I'm going to get mine, dog. You ain't going to just forget about me. I respect that. Marley says, yeah, I'm not worried. I think a lot of talk is coming from Cowboys fans pretending to be Eagles fans. Why do we need people to be scared of the Eagles? In 2017, everyone doubted us on our way until we held the Lombardi. Facts. That's a fact. That is a fact. They started fearing us halfway through that season, though, and that's my, get back to that, is that you don't have to fear us right now. You know what I'm saying? And realistically, we didn't give you a reason to fear us. But next week, when Kirk Cousins, you know what I'm saying? When Kirk Cousins got a zebra stain in his back pit, you know what I'm saying? When Jalen Carter got his multiple sacks, When our offense is looking like they're supposed to look, then talk to me. Talk to me about being scared, because you're going to be scared of this team. I can almost promise you that. First game was weird. Couldn't get a rhythm on offense. When we did, we had penalties, had kick long field goals. Yeah, shout out to Jake Elliott, man. Jake Elliott's like the most for sure thing we have, and he even missed an extra point. So, it was just an all-around game. It was just an all-around crazy game. Cam Curl, dank. That was a good one. I would love Cam. He is very good. That was a good one. I didn't even think of him. I'm in Jersey surrounded by Giants and Jets fans, and they both big sad right now. I feel bad. I feel bad for Jets fans. I don't feel bad for Giants fans. I hope y'all like this cup. Y'all like this cup? I like that. Yeah, no, I don't feel bad for Giants fans. They was talking a heck of junk all off season, and they got humbled, man. We'll do it to them next. But Jets fans, I definitely feel bad for them. The Vikings games, they just have to execute. I agree. You said that game will be running back one. I didn't think he would be that clearly the running back one. I didn't think he would get that much of a load, to be honest. McKinney is their new set. Yeah, he's all right. He's all right. Micah, that's it. Micah, Saquon, Cam Curl. I like Cam Curl a lot. Silly will be switching up by the end of the season. He probably won't. He'll probably stick to what he says. He knows that none of y'all like when he says that, so he knows that he'll get actual, he'll get actual views if he says that. If he says something negative about the Eagles, all Eagles fans will then watch his show, because he really doesn't get that many views. But anyways, I digress. Hassan Reddick is going to eat on Thursday too. I think so too. Dante, DM me on Twitter. I'll talk to you. I'll send you all the screenshots I got. I don't care. I really don't like that guy. It is what it is. I think that he doesn't represent Philadelphia well, and he doesn't represent Philadelphia media, and that's why you're seeing a lot of these guys on Jacob Media switching over to other stations. But you ain't hear that from me. It is what it is. Bro, Dak has a no trade clause. LOL, he good for 2 years. I have told you this. I don't think so, bro. Last year, when is his contract up? Did he get a new contract? Because isn't his contract ending after this year? I could be wrong about that. Let me know. I thought that his contract is over this year. I hate that man being silly. Him and I went at it on Twitter. Don't give him the time of day ever. I agree, Nina. I usually don't say nothing. But he got me. He definitely got me. If Bradbury doesn't play, who y'all think is going on Addison? Probably going to be Josh Jobe. I mean, we stick to our corners. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. We usually stick our corners on the side. We usually keep them to one side. So, I mean, they're going to probably move around. So it's probably going to be, they're going to see both guys. But I would assume that you're going to mostly see Jordan Addison with Josh Jobe. Maybe Avonte Maddox. Maybe they push Avonte Maddox out. So Dak has an opt-out after this season, or the Cowboys do. So that's a big difference, whether the Cowboys do or Dak does. That's a big difference. Somebody said online yesterday. Somebody said online yesterday. Thank you, Dita. That they think that the Giants should trade the Jets Daniel Jones and then tank for Caleb Williams. Would you do that? Would you guys do that? I think Josh Jobe is going to be okay. I want to see him play, him or Eli. That's where I'm at right now. Sills here we go. We got a Sills fan. Sills has 1K people watching him after the game. I've never seen 1,000 people in that. Hey, God bless him if he does. Well, I've never seen that happen. But hey, you got it, Birds fan. Go ahead. Maddox needs to stay in that slot. I agree. I mean, we've seen him outside of the slot, right? We've seen him outside of the slot. Hasn't looked good. So I agree. You definitely want to keep him in the slot. But I mean, if it's for a couple plays, I wouldn't be mad to see him on Addison. And who knows, if Addison goes, into the slot, then he's going to have to see Maddox. What about Edmonds and Evans at linebacker and Blankenship and Brown at safety? I don't know if Evans is ready to go in there. I mean, who's going to be calling the plays? That's the thing. Who's going to have the green dot? Do you trust, I mean, who defense well enough to call it, I don't think. And Evans, definitely, we just got him. So, I don't know. I really don't know if that's going to... I think you're kind of handcuffed to having... Christian Ellis start, to be honest. I think that you're kind of handcuffed to that. So he does have a no trade, but this is from 2 years ago, Rome. This is from 2 years ago. So I mean, isn't his contract ending this year? That's the whole thing I'm saying. Isn't his contract ending this year? You think they should use Sidney Brown more? I do. I think that Sidney Brown, you know, he played, especially on special teams. He looked really good on special teams. It literally said from 2021. I'll read it after the thing, but it literally said from 2021. It was published in 2021. I can't. Yeah, I don't know. It's short. It's not a long. It says 2021. Let me see. But it still doesn't tell me. Okay, so it's a 4-year from 2021. No trade, no tag. First 3 years is worth. So, I mean, yeah, we're coming up on the last year. I was right. Oh, yeah, so 2 more years. You're right. My bad. You're my bad. I can't do math this early. Evans at linebacker. I just don't think that it's just too early. Maybe, but it's just too early in my opinion. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We got 55 people in the chat. Shout out to my guy. I got to get my numbers up though. Apparently, you know, Bird fan says Dan Cilio has millions of people in his chat. So, yeah. At least I ain't saying nothing. At least I ain't called nobody a monkey yet. At least I got that going for me. But anyways, Forte, what's going on? I like that. That's a cool little sticker. You got a moderation for that sticker. Yeah, no, okay, Rome, you right. My bad. You right. I read it wrong. What's going on, Daz? What's going on? Sidney Brown should be starting. I think that he will be soon. Eagles' own known poverty team, Dallas. Mid boys, that's a good one. Couch boys think they're gonna be good again. As always, bro. They always think they're gonna be good. Evans can barely play safety. I think he's talking about Rashaan Evans because we just signed Rashaan Evans. I hope you ain't talking about Justin Evans. I definitely don't want to see Justin Evans there. We made Jacoby Stevens a linebacker. Why is it so like out of the realm of possibilities that you at least try Kaylee Ringo? Like, why not? He's fast. He's big. Like, he's strong. Like, why not? I don't know. I don't like any of our linebackers. I really don't. If Nakobe Dean's going to suck, I don't like any of them. So try something or try and get a trade. Right now, the only way that the Eagles can make me feel 110% confident in that room is if you get Devin White and you get Jonathan Taylor. Now I'll feel 100,000% confident. Move Maddox to safety and put Eli at nickel. We just not going to move Maddox to safety. We've been talking about that for like 8 years, bro. His whole career. It's just not going to happen. Jorge, what's going on? Damn, tuned in late. Cowboys did their thing. Gonna have to let BGJ know. Yeah, I know. We all gonna have to eat crow a little bit, but you know I'm still gonna talk that junk. I don't care. Ringo don't tackle good, but I'm still not giving up on him. Hey, I mean maybe he'll tackle better at linebacker. I don't know. They do more tackling drills, so maybe that'll help him. Every year they do this. You would think they would learn after 30 years. Yeah, you know, it's like that meme. Like, how many times do I got to tell you, old man? Yeah, it gets annoying. Couch boys get handed wins. Aaron Rodgers' career is done. Damn shame. It is kind of sad. Great at no Maddox is great at slot. Yeah, I mean, you keep it. I'm always of the mindset that you don't want to make more than one position weak. If safety's weak, you don't want to move a guy from safety to make it okay. And then, you know, now you're weak at that other position. So I agree. I think that you have everything in place outside of like 1 or 2 positions on that defense. So figure out those 1 or 2 positions. Don't mess up anything else. What's going on, Antonio? What's going on? It was interesting not seeing 5 down linemen, but why not more dime? The Patriots used it. Yeah, the Patriots used a lot of dime. It was impressive. I said from jump, I don't think we used dime because of the tight ends. That's really what we had to worry about, and we don't have big enough guys to really cover those tight ends. So I think that's what it came down to. Those tight ends just ate on us. And I knew that was going to be the case because none of our tight ends none of our linebackers could really cover. You were hoping that, Nakobe Dean would be that, but he's not. So whack mid sky. Y'all have so many different nicknames for Dak. Whack Prescott or Mid Scott. That's hilarious. Is a mattress salesman. He'll help you find your sleep number. Hey, at least he got something to do in 4 years, right? In 2 years, because that's when his contract's up. That's crazy that they gave him that contract. I really didn't even realize that. I wish we had a D coordinator like Bill Belichick. I miss Jim Johnson bad. Woo! Never thought I'd hear that. But Jim Johnson got them boys playing in what's it called? Where is he? Browns. Where is that? Cleveland. I don't know why I was blanking on where the Browns played. Yeah, he's got them boys playing in Cleveland. I'm sad about Zach not getting slot reps. Well, Zach is hurt. Zach McPherson, isn't he hurt? Swift with 1 touch is crazy. It definitely is. Wheezy, what's going on, brother? What's going on? Cowboys bragging about dead Pixelot. Yo, the nicknames is crazy. Dak Pixelot, 143 yards with a 50% completion percentage against the Giants, and they want to tell us he's good. Hey, that's because he didn't have to do anything. He didn't have to do anything. That boy a bum. Rashawn Evans is a dog. He can for sure come in, pause, and make an impact. From what I've heard, and I don't know much about Rashawn. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm an expert on what he does. But from what I've heard, he can stop the run, not so much the pass. So we're basically back where we started, in my opinion. I mean, we don't have anybody that can really cover. That's how it feels. And every team is going to do that. Every team is going to attack us over the middle because we've shown that it's a weakness. Between our safeties and our linebackers, we've shown that it's a weakness. So it is what it is, man. But like I said, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We still got 50 people in the chat. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe. I really, really appreciate you guys coming through, hanging out. I know it's early. I know you guys got things going on. But I will say one more time, I would love for you guys to join me on the PSF app. It's going to be a lot of fun. We get to talk 24/7. So love to see you guys over there. Hope that I see you guys out there. But let me see if there's any comments, you know what I'm saying? See Jets punt return, TD. That's why we need to elevate Allen. I agree. We have to draft serious linebackers. I agree. Daz, I agree. And I said this, and this is where I'm going to end it, guys. I said this yesterday. If the Eagles next year, when I'm in Detroit for the draft, if the Eagles do not draft a good linebacker early, I'm talking first or second round, if they don't take it serious, I'm going to literally have a conniption. I'm literally going to go crazy. I am literally going to go crazy because next year you don't have to worry about anything. You really don't. Maybe a safety. Maybe you got to go get another safety, but we're good at D-line. We're good at offensive line. We got young guys there, right? Maybe you get a center at some point. We're good at tight end, wide receiver, quarterback. Running back doesn't seem like something that you're really ever going to invest in, which I'm okay with. Cornerback, you're decent at because you have a whole bunch of young guys. You need nothing but a linebacker and, like I said, maybe a safety. So you need to take that serious. You have to take that serious. But other than that, man, I appreciate all you guys. Craig Batty says our team gonna be straight believe that ish. The next 2 games are warm ups. All right, you get a wrench, dog. That was a good comment. you get a wrench, dog. You get a wrench. Right tackle in the first. Why are we getting a right tackle? We got Tyler Steen. I know he didn't play, but I think he'll probably. But I wouldn't go tackle in the first, right? We'll see. We'll see how it pans out. But we need a linebacker early. I wouldn't be mad if it's the second round. I don't know if we need a tackle. Do we really need a tackle? Jeremiah Trotter Jr. next draft. That would be incredible. Lane's future replacement. But you can get that second, third round. We got Jason Kelsey's replacement in the 3rd round. Then we got Jason Kelsey's replacement again in the 3rd round. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm cool. I believe that this team can get an offensive lineman almost anywhere in the draft. If Lane goes down, we will. You better knock on wood right now, boy. You better not say that. Don't you say that. Don't you ever say that about you. I'm just kidding. But either way, man, I appreciate you guys so much. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. I will see you guys in the morning. Can't say it enough. I love you guys. But y'all know what it is, man. It's Fly Eagles Fly. And we are out here. Say it with me now. All right. Peace!
Everywhere, this is for
Yeah.
you.
Fly was flying on the team. Touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a bird gang nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling on Philly the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man soft. Jackson